Let's take a close gander at this bad boy. So here it is, the Aiper Seagull PRO. And this is, I think, where you grab it. And let's pull it over. It doesn't want to move by itself. Let's go ahead and pop it up and look at the bottom of it. Check that out. Wow. Very interesting. Okay. So here's the fans on top. Oh, here, look. Let's pull that off. So this icon means wall, right? Because, and this one means wall and floor, and this one means just the floor. So if you put it on this, that means you want it just to do the bottom of the pool. If you put it on this, you want it just to do the walls. If you do it on auto, it does everything. All right, so that's that. Let's go around here. Let's check it out and see what. Well, this is the charging port here. All right, so this is where we plug it in. All right, so that's how we're going to charge it. And then you got to close that up. You want to make sure you do. Let's go on the side here. Let's take a look here. So to pop it up, you just pull this up, right? And then this here is your basket. And this pulls out, and all the junk goes inside here. Okay, so let's look down inside here. So it's going to come up through here. You see this? This hole down here? It's going to suck all the junk up from here, and it pushes it into here. Now, if you look at this, you see, if you pop it back, see it's tapered. So here, check it out. So this is the little handle. Bam, that's how you shut it. And notice how it's tapered on the sides. And this has got a little like screen on it all the way around. So it's kind of like a filter screen all the way around. Now you can't pop this off to get in there to get all the junk out. You follow me? And if you look down at the bottom here, you see how this kind of has a spring on it and it pushes all the stuff up in there. All right, to put this back on, if you look, you got two little doohickeys right there. You got two little doohickeys right here. So this is going to kind of like smush in there like that, right? So I kind of put it in like that, and then this snaps down on it. Bam. Then you pick it up, and you just set it back in there like that, and then you got to close the handle down. And then this just sets down on it. And that's it, man. That's how you do it. If you notice, it's got really big old tires on it. And then in the front, oh man, it's hard to pick up. You've got this big giant traction like thing that pulls all the junk into the back here. And let's just take a look at it. Underneath here, it's got some specs. So if you want to screenshot that and read about it, you can. But you can see it's got these little flapper things here. And as it pushes this stuff in here, these probably keep the dirt from sliding out the sides, and so it gets sucked up inside of here. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking. So let's go ahead, let's put her down, and we've got to get it charged. So we've got to plug in our charger here, and we'll let it sit and charge over a couple hours, and then we'll come back and put it in the pool, and we'll try it out and see how she does. So I'm just going to put her over here. I mean, I don't know exactly how heavy it is. It's got to be about 20 or 30 pounds, but I'm going to go ahead and set it right here for now. All right, I'm going to show you how to charge it. All right, so this is the charger here, and you notice it's a 3-prong plug. I'm going to plug it into an outlet, 110 here, like that. So we got it plugged in, and you'll notice you got a little green light there. And this is like those traditional chargers that you've seen. What this does is it changes the voltage, and I think it's probably, I don't know, 12 volt it goes to. So there's the port right here. Take a look at it. And it's right on, when you're facing the front of the machine, it's going to be on the right side. So you just got to get that open. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to push this bad boy in there. If I can, there it is. And you can hear a little beep, and look, that light goes on. You can see that there's a red light on it. So I think we have to wait for that to go ahead and turn green. If you look here, this went red too, right? So this is red and that's red. So we're just gonna let it sit there and charge. And as soon as it's charged, then we'll get it into the pool. How's that sound? All right, so it takes approximately 90 minutes to get a full charge. Once you've got a full charge, it's supposed to run for 180 minutes or really 3 hours. All right, so we are getting very close here. We got a green light. We got a green light here. So I think that we are now charged and we can go ahead and put this bad boy in the pool. So all we have to do is unplug her here, unplug this because you don't need it charging, and then we're going to take her right out to the pool. Here we go. All All right, so this is how you carry it, just like that. And we're going to go ahead and try her out in the pool. Ta-da! All right, so we're ready to go ahead and get her in the pool. All right, so once you've got it fully charged, one of the things you want to make sure that you do is cover this with this silicone, what you call it, because you don't want to get water into that part of the machine. We've cleaned everything out here. It's ready to go. Shut that. And then you just come over here, and this is your knob, and you're going to rotate it clockwise to turn it on and counterclockwise to turn it off. So when I turn this, I've got about 10 seconds to get it in the water and get her going. You can do walls and floor. That's what that signifies. You can do just the floor, and you can do just the walls. So usually I just put it on automatic and I just turn it here, but I'll just show you what happens when we turn it. So that would be both walls and floors. That would be just floors. That would be just walls. So let's go back and let's do that. Now we got 10 seconds. It started already. Let's go ahead, get her in the water. Here we go. Just gonna sink down. And just let go of it. I mean, you could use your hook, but now it's just gonna start up and go. There she goes. See the bubbles coming out? So this is the water being pumped out. So it sucks it in on the bottom and pumps it out the top. So you're gonna see this as it starts going. There it goes, bam. See, it's trying to climb up the steps right now. And you can see the very front of it's lit up. And you can see the green on there. All right, so now it's gonna run for about 3 hours, 180 minutes. It takes 90 minutes to charge it. And then it, it'll just traverse the pool like a rhomba. And there she goes, she's taking off. So anyway, I set up a time lapse on my iPhone so that you could see this thing. It's about 10,000 times faster than what it moves. But as you can see, it works just like a rhomba. It goes back and forth, and it pretty much covers almost every square inch of the bottom of the pool. Now, when I set it on auto, it does the bottom and it also does the sides. But what it does first is it goes back and forth on the very bottom of the pool. Now my pool is a little bit different than other pools. It's got a lot of curves on it. It's got a curved edges, so it's not a rectangular, 90-degree type of pool. So it's a little bit different. This thing has a little bit more work to do to figure out how to get to every nook and cranny. But as you can see, I mean, it does a pretty damn good job. You see a lot of leaves floating on top because I've got a bunch of trees around. I got to scoop them up every day. But once it gets done doing the floor, which you're seeing it do right now, it's doing the very bottom of the pool, it starts to do the sides. Now look at it. Look how it climbs all the way up to the surface tile line. I mean, it really does a good job. And it's getting every single inch of this pool. Now, it won't go up on top of my sun step, because the sun step's only got about 7 inches of water and it can't work up there. So it doesn't really climb the steps. That's one of the detriments of it. But I've got to say, it does a fantastic job. Look at this thing. It goes all the way around the pool. So here's an underwater shot just to give you guys an idea of really how slow it goes, because it does not move very fast. You can see it turns very slow, but it does the job. But it does take 3 hours. And at the end of 3 hours, your pool is going to be really clean. It's pretty phenomenal, to tell the truth. If you got $700, I would recommend buying this thing because it's pretty phenomenal. It's a good product. So it has been really almost 3 hours, and it looks like it's stopped. It's ran out of juice. So now we got to get it out of the drink. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And it works by compressing these and then just sliding it on. Sounds like there's going to be some storm coming here. So we just got to get it in there. And these little holes, you just insert it down. And then if you look, I just have to squeeze this like that and then slide it down a little way and they pop in. And now we're ready to go retrieve our robotic cordless pool cleaner. To get her out of there, I'm going to use this little foot at the very back of it. So I'm going to slide it down. I'm just going to get it right here. And then I'm just going to gently pull it up. Like that. Once you get right about here, pop this out of there, grab it, just set it down. Bam. And we'll just bring it over here. And now I'm going to show you how to clean out the back of it. Okay, so anyway, let me just kind of turn it this way. All right, so we're going to open this up, just like that. And then inside here is where we have all the trapped leaves and junk. So if I pop this open, there it is. Take a look at it. That's all the stuff that we got from the pool in there. To get this off, what I do is, see if you can see, I just pop this and this comes right off, right? And now we just have to clean it out. You can see I got a bunch of leaves there, right? So we're just going to dump them out here, over here. All right, so we got to get rid of these. I'm just going to set them there. I'm going to set that down. I'm going to squirt it with the hose. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and clean this off first. Clean. Then we just got to squirt this. All right, I think we got it. So anyway, if you look inside, you're going to get little pieces that you got to kind of get out of there. But we got most of it. The way it works is that the water pressure is so strong that it pulls this up, and this snaps shut so that the stuff can't get back out through the bottom. It's got a little spring right there, right? The way this works is you've got these two nodules right here. You got 1, 2, right? So this slips in there like this, and then they fit in there, and then you come to the front and you just kind of smack that down, and bam, that's it. That's all you got to do to clean that thing. And you can see that's all the stuff that was on the bottom of the pool. I picked a lot up. And the bottom of the pool looks pretty darn good. I gotta say, it really worked great. So anyway, you can leave this open, let it dry. But I think that's pretty much it. I need to recharge it. So I want to try to get some of the water out. So I'm just gonna kind of like dump it out. There. And you know, sometimes you get a leaf in here. So look inside here too. Make sure that you get everything out of there. All right, so I'm just going to set this right here. Outside, just let it dry out. I might even pull it apart a little bit so that it can get even better, dry it out better that way. And then we can just set this here right now and let that dry too. So we got them both right there. All right, that's it. Now when you get done, you might want to turn it back to here. So the different things is you have to turn this to turn it on. You see that? It's still got some power in it. The battery doesn't go completely empty, but you know, you can see that it still has some power in it. Right here are the propulsion systems that suck the water from the bottom up through it. Right here, this right here. So this is a fan that spins and it sucks the water from the bottom up through the machine, pulling it through that hole down there and into that bucket right here. And that's that little release system. That's how that works. So we're just going to leave this open for right now, let it dry out, and then we'll put it back on charge.